Hey Dan,
Hey, buddy.
how's it going, man?
Doing pretty good tonight. Glad to see you.
Well, it's me and Dan. This is Shane Grissom, and I'm gonna ask Dan some questions. Me and Dan been friends for quite a while, and I've never really asked him these questions before, as far as to get the true reason why he collects Hot Wheels and customizes. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about how we met, and we met in a Walmart and both of us were in the Hot Wheels line, and the rest is history. We've been friends probably what 15 years now, Dan.
I lost track.
It's been a minute, but yeah, Dan. Let me ask you. So when did your love for Hot Wheels, or when did you first start really getting into Hot Wheels? When did that start for you?
Well, my dad was deployed to Germany, and while over there, he bought me pretty much the Sweet 16 in a round Hot Wheels case. And I loved him so much, but he had me work with him. And back then, we used to burn the shingles that we took off a house in the backyard of the house that we were working on. And I thought that it was a great volcano. So I would line up the Hot Wheels around the volcano. And then he called me, of course, to go straighten some nails or whatever it was. And I came back and the Hot Wheels were all burned up. I had
Oh
basically bodies left.
no,
Um,
no.
so my first Sweet 16 burned up in flames.
Man.
Um, and just collecting, I've always loved, especially the 80s black walls and the
Yeah,
red lines. Um, some of the newer cars I don't like too much because they make them so funky looking.
right.
But I get
Yeah,
the classic looking cars and the ones that look like they could be real cars, like you.
that's right. So you would say that your collection, what would your collection pretty much be of? Like, if you had to sum it down, like, what do you enjoy collecting the most? What casting?
A lot of red lines, a lot of black walls. I pretty much have all the cars from 68 to 88 loose, hanging
Uh,
up on a wall. Then there's all the new ones. I've got cases and cases full of new ones, and then um, well, I'm talking from 2000 on because I
right.
was in the military for 20 years. I lost that whole section of time collecting Hot Wheels, so um, I started collecting again when I got out and had more time for it. Retired.
How long do you think you've been collecting for?
70. Well, when my dad gave me the Hot Wheels, it was 70. I want to say 76.
Hmm.
Um, I was pretty young. I think I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you think that as far as those first cars that you received, was that what got you the fever for cars in general, or was it? Did you and your dad ever work on cars together or anything? What was it that really, you know, got your blood pumping for Hot Wheels or diecast cars?
Oh, he went out and bought a whole bunch of tracks for me, a big, huge case, like a 4x4 box of tracks. And we set them up all over the place, living room, dining room,
Right.
all around. And they had the pusher things where they spun and they pushed the cars out.
Yep.
Um, then we got some of those, the ones with electric in it, batteries,
Yeah.
sizzlers,
Hmm.
and the sizzlers they would just keep on going, and you plug them in, get a charge on them, and they kept on going. There were some cool cars, and I've got some of those. in my collection.
So I'm gonna go down a little bit of memory lane. So um, when we started hanging out, well, the first time I came over to your house, I I mean I knew you were into cars because we talked about it, but I had no clue of what a customizer you were until I came to this what I call the submarine garage.
Yes, no space.
Now those that's never been to Dan's house back in the day, his garage looked like because he it made sense because he was on subs, but when he walked in the garage, it looked like a submarine. Everything was all his tools for Hot Wheels and all his gadgets right there at his hands. Like he could spin his chair and then work on. So I thought it was so cool. So him and I, we used to sit up until like 3 in the morning and
Dawn
customize.
sometimes. Sometimes it
Yeah,
was dawn.
and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but you have inspired me as well is to
Mm.
customize and take myself to a further level in diecast customizing because you are outside the box. Like, people do wheel swaps and paint jobs. You can do that all day long, no problem. But when it comes down to creation, like creating, customizing 3 or 4 cars into one, you know, you got it. You know what I mean? It just like it's when I saw what you were doing, it just blew my mind because I never really thought about doing that. So I mean, I want to say, to you, we've been friends for a long time. Is that you've really inspired me to take my customizing to a different level for sure.
Oh, thank you,
Um,
man.
but what got you into doing that? Like what as far as to take it to that level? I mean, you where did you go from wheel swaps and paint jobs to the creations you're doing now?
Well, it was basically like you with kit bashing the models and taking different wheels from different cars and putting them all together. Um, I don't remember where I got all the models from. I think it was birthdays and stuff like that. But I get I get several of them, and I just put them all together and have them be a different creation than what Tom Daniels or whoever made the model kit was.
Right. Yeah, that I we've been to some shows together, and we see a lot of wheel swaps and paint jobs, which are good.
Yeah,
Those cars look really good, but it's for you and I, it's like when I'm looking at all the crazy creations, what I mean, because I feel that it's the creativity, like not to say just everybody can do a wheel swap and paint job because there's a lot of people that don't have even those skills, but um I feel that now my customizing is like there's no stopping me from
mm,
you know now I'm into doing hinging. You inspired
yeah.
me to do hinging too. I mean, you've done some hinging on doors um and I think that um to see where you've come in your customizing since we've been together. I mean, you've come a long way. I mean,
Yeah, I took a break there for a little bit, but
yeah, yeah, we do. I mean, I've done the same thing. But also, what would you say is probably one of your favorite castings to work on? Or
oh, the Olds 442. I think one of my best one is taking um, like a heavy Chevy,
yeah,
taking the engine bay out of it and putting it into a 442. So
right,
it's a spoiler now.
yeah,
That was I really love that car. And I did a really cool Cadillac, which was several different cars. I mean, it had to be like 10 cars combined into
right,
one car.
right,
Doing that in a little Hot Wheel is
yeah, yep. Now, how many cars do you think that you have total?
last time my kids counted, it was 2,000, but that was over 10 years ago. So I've done a
Yeah,
lot of collecting since then.
yeah. Where do you see? Well, let me ask you this: have you ever had the dream of working for Mattel?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah. Being some of those first, uh, like Larry Wood, and man, working with them would just be
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Me
They're
too. Yeah.
they're- they were masters at what they did. I
Yeah.
would love that.
And I think that it took me as being an adult to investigate and look into the designers of Hot Wheels because as we were kids, we didn't really care or didn't really know who
Yeah.
was behind the doors of all these awesome cars, and I mean for me anyway until I got older.
Or
And
the phone number on the side of the truck.
yeah, right. Yeah, I never tried to call him, so yeah. They I feel like, man, if I could get back to my 19, 18, 19 years old and to be able to, because both of us draw, I know you draw
Yeah,
too, to be able to, you and I both kind of have the same thing. It's like we'll draw and then we'll design the car and then build it.
yeah,
And to be able to have that experience and to, or even just to try to get the job with them, it'd be pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So, you and I, we started Jolly Rogers. It's probably been what, 15 years, something like that.
It was about 2010, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhere around in there. And we're still going strong, just to let everybody else know. But me and Dan, and it was a couple other guys that we met. A lot of them we met in Walmart, and
Yep.
uh, we started this
Kmart,
club. Yeah, we started this club,
Kmart
and
days.
yeah, and it's still going strong. I mean, we have, we only have a few of us. But to say that, it's been a pleasure, being that we've kept friends throughout just over Hot Wheels. Who would have
Hmm.
thought that, we've met some really great people and uh throughout the years, and actually some of them were still. Actually, you know who I saw today?
Who?
Ed.
Oh, cool.
Ed came through town. Yep,
Ed
he
came
came.
through your town?
Yeah, he had some stuff that he'd pick up at Daryl's, and he came to swing by the shop. So yeah, so I
Oh,
hadn't
that's
seen him,
cool.
I hadn't seen him since 2010.
Yeah, I still have some of his customs.
Yeah, yeah. So he's talking. We talked a little bit, and I think he's coming back around. I think he'll start
Oh, cool.
customizing.
Maybe we can do an interview with him. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But so where do you see what would you like to see for Jolly Rogers in, like, within the next 5 years? I mean, where would you see where would you like to see us go with our
I
club?
would like to see the chat picking up, and I would like to see more sales, like people putting auctions and things like that up.
Yeah,
Um, so you could actually buy more cars, get more in your collection that way. Um, and us doing more interviews like this and posting them up.
yeah. I would like to see us do some more competitions like we used to.
Yeah.
I think to bring back the customizers, and um, I will give a little shout out here from Jay Patterson from Rogues Diecast.
Hmm.
I just got notice that they'll be doing a custom show coming up as soon as we get the information. March and May, they're going to be
Oh,
doing
wow.
a custom show. We
Definitely
just
have to
me
go
and
to that.
Yeah, me and Dan just got back from Rogues Diecast. We had a great time at one of their shows down in Raleigh.
Hmm.
Um, so we
Good
look
show.
forward. It was great seeing everybody, and look forward to doing another one with them. Yeah, definitely. good family. I consider them family. You know, I mean, there's some good
Yeah.
good guys there. Good. That's a good club. Yeah. All right, Dan. Well, I think that's. Is there any questions you have for me, or anything else that you'd like to share?
How did you become so awesome?
Yeah, right. Only in the grace of you. Only by being in your footsteps. Well, hey, man, Dan, it's been great, and uh, keep customizing, keep collecting, and you know, I see us doing more of these interviews. I think it's a good idea.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Signing off, buddy. Take it easy.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.